This is TWiT.
The big story this week is on Monday, the president issued an executive order that basically says, we ought to be safe when it comes to AI. So, I can't really disagree. And he has some proposals for what that means. Interestingly, at the same time as he did that, this is the executive order on the safe, secure, and trustworthy development and use of artificial intelligence, or EOS2DOF AI. It doesn't... Policy and principles. The policy of my administration to advance and govern the development and use of AI in accordance with 8 guiding principles and priorities. Artificial intelligence must be safe and secure. Okay.
Okay.
So should
right. No.
So should stair treads. Promoting responsible innovation, competition, and collaboration will allow the United States to lead in AI and unlock the technology's potential to solve some of society's most difficult challenges. The responsible development and use of AI requires a commitment to supporting American workers. This is just BS. They're just taking normal governmental boilerplate and adding the word AI to it. Artificial intelligence policies must be consistent with my administration's dedication to advancing equity and civil rights. Okay, there's something to be said there because we know AI can be a little biased.
What exactly? How do you do that?
I'm not reading the lengthy...
when it spits back all of our biases and all of our prejudice in society back to you. Don't you fix that first?
There is stuff. I'm not reading the full. I'm just reading the bullets.
It is a very long paragraph.
Yeah. My administration cannot and will not tolerate the use of AI to disadvantage those who are already too often denied equal opportunity and justice. From housing to health care, we've seen what happens when AI use deepens discrimination and bias. The thing I will say, and it goes on and on and on. The thing I'll say about this is it focuses on the proximate dangers of AI, not
not the BS.
Extinction.
Yeah.
On the other hand, there's also the EU is right now going through this. Actually, Ben Thompson has a great piece in Stratechery. He calls it attenuating innovation. That's what he says AI stands for. And it's a little trip down memory lane because he starts with Bill Gates blaming the Department of Justice on why they didn't dominate in phone. Completely wrong. And then talking about how Steve Jobs really got it right by saying we don't know what a new technology will do. You just have to put it out and the people will tell you. In any event, Ben talks about what's going on in the EU right now.
Where, by the way, EU or UK, because the UK has the meeting.
There's the UK,
Bletchley right now.
Yeah, the Bletchley Park thing, but it's got Europeans are there as well as it's not just the UK. In fact, we're there.
But yeah, the vice president's there.
Yeah. So this Bletchley Park thing is more focusing on the risks of extinction.
Where Musk I got it. Musk is there. He meets with the prime minister. Musk was on
Rishi Sunak,
Joe Rogan.
Yep.
Saying that what he fears is that environmentalists will use AI to exterminate humanity to protect the earth. You're inviting this guy to tea? Why? He's an idiot.
And then Rishi Sunak came out with a statement which basically
plot of the video game Horizon.
Really? Is it?
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah. That's where the end game gets it too. Spoilers for Horizon, but I guess.
I think Elon Musk had a dream. Actually,
I guess he had a dream, and it is a licensed media property.
So anyway, the Bletchley Park declaration is more about existential harms. The EO from the president in the U.S. is more about proximate harms. I finally figured it out last night in a dream. The problem is not AI. The problem is people.
Yes.
And really, every major technological innovation has been co-opted by humans for a weapons system. Or sometimes it's the other way around. We got computers because the Defense Department made computers so they could aim bombs more accurately in World War II. But the main motivation of humanity is how can we kill each other better? And so if there's a risk of extinction from AI, it's not from AI, it's that it will be a weapons system. When you think about the atomic bomb, physicists came up with some really important discoveries in quantum mechanics and relativity that led us to believe that you could convert matter to massive amounts of energy. Einstein's equation, E equals mc squared, that the amount of energy you could get out of a gram of matter was equal to that gram times the speed of light squared, a huge number. And somebody then said, that'd make a great bomb. And we had the Manhattan Project. And I think that's the real risk from AI, is that, in fact, it's probably already happening, and not just in the U.S., but I'm sure in China. They're looking at ways to use AI to control the populace. They're looking at ways to use AI to fight wars. And that's the existential threat, not
they've used fire for that. They've used
every
the printing
technological
press for that,
except for the zipper.
Everything for that.
Except for the zipper. Every technological innovation has been used.
Just you wait. Just you wait. The zipper's days are coming, Leo.
To kill more people.
Isn't that the point of 2001 Space Odyssey?
My zipper is AI controlled. Oh, no.
Yeah. You know what? Add an AI to that zipper, and then you've got a mass extinction.
There you go.
A 2001 Space Odyssey, that's basically what that's about, right?
Well, now Benito Gonzalez, who is our esteemed producer and technical director, what is the plot of 2001?
Like in the beginning,
Who can tell?
The monkeys are going. They're going around with their
That's
bones.
That's the first tool. They used it as a weapon. The
And
first tool as a weapon.
They figure out you can use a bone to kill other monkeys, right? And
then
that
he
was
throws
thanks
it up
to
and it turns it into the
monolith.
Star Wars, whatever, the Star
Right.
Wars thing. Yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
I've never had, Benito, I've never had that movie explained to me as succinctly as you just did. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Well, there was a monolith placed on the Earth, and then there was another monolith out on Jupiter. And once we get to a certain technological level, we'll discover the monolith in Jupiter, and then the movie becomes completely
It's all over.
inexplicable.
Yeah.
But
then the zippers come in, and who's to say where we go from there?
no, but am I not wrong that the real threat of AI is it's just another technology like like fission, but
Yeah.
But
where do we go from there?
What
I think
problem is
you
with
end up in the
humans.
same sort of issue that you were in when we came to the atomic bomb or any of these other weapons, which is it's a race to the finish line. If you're not using it for war, another country or power or entity will. Not that means using it for war is a necessarily good thing, but we're probably going to be in an arms race. I don't know what that would look like in the case of AI, because I don't think it's as easily translatable to active harm as, a bomb or, dare I say, a zipper.
What a number of people have said, including Jan LeCun from Facebook, Ben Thompson in the Stratechery article, is that Sam Altman and other movers and shakers in big AI are really just saying this as a form, and I've said this for a while, as a form of regulatory capture. Please stop all development of AI so that we can win. And so I've rejected that. We've rejected that before. That's not the threat of AI, and we shouldn't stop AI development. But I don't think these Bletchley Park declarations or the executive order from the president really are quite on the nose. I think what we really need is a Geneva Convention almost.
Well, no,
we need agreement among the major powers not to use AI militarily.
Okay.
But how would we be using AI militarily?
Yeah, that's one.
Well, okay, so to me, this is the scenario that I dreamt of last night. Have you seen RoboCop? So the first step is Minority Report style use of
Leo
AI.
works all around the clock. He never. He's always making.
I did watch Minority Report the other night.
He conks out and clocks in.
Yeah, the brain is always working. So the first use will be from law enforcement trying to predict crime, pre-crime. And we're already doing that. There's an AI tool that finds gunshots, except it's horrifically wrong, right? That many
and also the facial recognition tool used to find people who have committed crimes, which is also often horrifically wrong.
So that's the initial use and only slightly harmful. But you see the inclination is, well, how can we use this tool first to control people I could see China is already, I'm sure, looking at ways to use social credit and other things with AI to control their population. And then it's just a short step from there to autonomous fighting machines.
Leo, can I try to calm you down for a second? Yes, all that can be true. Could. Things could be done with these tools. But the danger of your way of thinking there, it will control the tool, that everything is okay. Well, no.
No, I didn't say control the tool. You didn't listen.
Well, we have to be careful not to cut off at the same time.
I agree.
The good uses that come. And let's remember back. And I'm in my next book out next year, Basic Books, title changed. I don't know what it is now. Goes through this, and the panic about radio was exactly similar. Oh my God,
Professor,
it's going to be used by bad people in bad ways. Now, in fact, it was used by Goebbels, but it was also used by FDR.
Yeah. So I'm not proposing that we stop the technology, and that's exactly what's wrong with these Bletchley Park and EO.
Right.
Is that they're saying, well, let's halt everything and figure out some rules and stuff. I don't even think there should be regulation. That's what Ben Thompson's saying, that AI doesn't stand for artificial intelligence. It stands for, what did he say? I forgot already. It was the headline of it. Yeah. Attenuating innovation. That's why I'm saying we need something more like a Geneva Accord. We need an agreement.
Like a chemical warfare thing.
Yeah, we need
that you don't
agreement
use
between
those
countries.
Biological warfare.
That we will, and we maybe need to say, and it will not be used for law enforcement or coercive.
But what is and isn't AI in that context? So
that's a great question.
Right? What do you not use laptops? Do you not use Google Search? Are you not using
an
Translate?
algorithm on on your Facebook feed?
We've talked a lot about AI versus algorithms. Maybe we shouldn't be using computers for war either, but the risk of
that bomb is out of the silo.
The existential risk is that you lose control of the AI, right? That's what everybody's talking about, and it's not an issue to lose control of ChatGPT. It happens every time I use it. It's an issue to lose control of a arms system. It's an issue to lose control of an enforcement system, of RoboCop. So I think we make rules about not AI, but how humans can use AI or what kind of agency you give AI. We need a Geneva Accord between governments. Now, that's not going to stop, just as unfortunately, terrorists can have access to atomic bombs now. It's not going to stop humans from doing what we do so well, which is misuse the technology. But at least if government's going to get involved, at least governments should step forward and say, we commit to not using these tools in weapons systems, in coercive policing systems and that kind of thing, and face recognition.
I think that the issue with AI is that it is not as simple as any of these tools that we have come before. AI is more like an accelerant for a vast array of things.
But
both
what an
good
accelerant!
and bad.
Think about atomic.
An accelerant.
Think about atomic fission. Yeah. We had bombs before then, and all they were thinking is, well, it'll be a bigger bomb.
Oh no, it's an even bigger bomb, and that's the thing is AI will do that to both policing,
yes,
terrible facial recognition stuff, as well as Leo's silly pins, a bunch of probably good things that I'm not thinking of right now because I'm in doomerism mode.
Fission is also nuclear power plants.
Is going to
fission's not all bad.
That's what. Yeah, I know, but I mean that's what makes the solution difficult here.
Well, but I'm just saying,
what would a Geneva Convention on AI look like here? Because in order to regulate something that is across all industries in this way is going to be really difficult. I don't think that it's impossible, but it's going to be incredibly difficult. And it's going to be the sort of conversation that I don't think we as a nation, much less like us as a global community, have had before, a conversation that is that nuanced and predictive, because right now this is all in a very early stage as well.
Well, and that's also Ben Thompson's point, is that it would be restrictive on innovation. But instead of using radio, let's use atomic fission as an example, because that's really a much more dramatic tool. if before we invented the atom bomb, would it have been prudent for us to think about whether we should?
Certainly, but also I think it would have been prudent, but it also wouldn't have mattered, because the reason why we ended up in an arms race over the atomic bomb is because the Nazis were on the other side of it.
Well, that's why Oppenheimer did it, right? He was Jewish.
Yeah.
And he knew that the Nazis, he was told the Nazis are working on it. They're probably closer. He knew the scientists, and he knew, yeah, they could beat us, and that would be the end of the world if the Nazis got atomic bombs. So we have to develop them. Do you think we're in that situation? We better develop AI weaponry before the other guy does? I think now is a good time for us to say, let's not. Now would be a perfect time, because you're right. The minute we're in a war, it's too late. We're gonna
define what's forbidden. So write the statute, write the statement.
So I have to think more about it, but I think in general the idea is not to give AIs agency in the physical world, or to very much restrict the kind of agency. Look, they're not a threat to us.
You want human responsibility.
Yes, because the problem isn't the technology ever. Yeah. It's what humans do with it. And we want the technology to do the good stuff. So what we could probably do is think about, well, what limits on the use of AI would we like to,
or let me try this.
At least say for weapons systems, at least.
Right, so how about robots? I think that's even closer to AI than fission. Fission's so big. Use of the controversy we're already in is that robots make killing even cleaner, easier.
We're going to love it. Soldiers aren't at risk. You get a Boston Dynamics dog. Right. You give it AI. It can tell the difference between, let's say, hey, we figured out how to teach Spot how to tell the difference between a Hamas agent and a Palestinian civilian. Have at it. Do we want to allow that? Doesn't that seem a little risky?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think, but I mean, I think.
Do you think the Israeli government, if given that opportunity, would try to pursue that?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you think they might already be trying to pursue that?
Yeah. I agree with you wholeheartedly that there certainly should be people out there saying, yeah, let's have a human in this and not just have an autonomous entity, a machine of some sort making these decisions. But I also think we are probably a ways away from that, a ways away from.
I fear
sort of
that we are not that far away.
Fear,
because all you have to do is add face recognition to Spot, the atomic.
Okay, I will say, yeah, to play devil's advocate a little bit, what is scarier? Someone builds something that they're calling autonomously intelligent, or someone right now is cobbling together a series of systems to make decisions in a way that they want and hiding behind the responsibility of it being autonomously intelligent. But it's really just,
precisely. Plus, we have, as Stochastic's parents pointed out, we have kind of an inherent trust of these systems. Oh, they're going to be objective and non-biased in a way a human never could be. And so we should trust them. If we put this robot out there that's figuring out who the bad guys are and who the good guys are, I think now is a good time to go to governments and say, let's all agree not to do this.
But here's the thing, Leo. It's just like privacy legislation. It's just like internet safety legislation. It's all this stuff. It's government saying to companies and individuals, it's trying to control them, not themselves. There's no discussion here of controlling government, and government is a bigger threat to privacy.
That's why I'm saying it's Geneva Accords.
I know, but
those are between governments.
I don't see it happening.
Well, if you don't see it happening, we're in deep trouble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're going to get worse governments.
I don't see it happening, but I'm also a pessimist. I think it would be great if something like that happened and it was negotiated in good faith. We had the best experts in the world working on this. Certainly. It'd be awesome.
That's what. So I'm just saying, let's redirect all this attention on, safe AI. What does that mean? Regulatory capture, blah, blah, blah. No. The people are the problem. We need to go to government, get the governments together, have a big summit.
You're not just saying the people are the problem. You're saying, in this case, it's the governments are the potential ones.
Well, obviously,
be specific.
It is people, because just
Well,
as
yes,
with nuclear weapons, you're going to have
But it's
a
not
suitcase
civilians.
bomb.
It's not corporations.
Ultimately, it may be, but right now, the most proximate danger is from governments. So let's do that. Now, we couldn't do it with, cyber terrorism, but so you're right. I mean, look, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm just saying I would prefer to advocate for this. And I did have this epiphany last night that there is an existential threat from AI, but it's not the AI; it's how humans use it. And
absolutely.
I don't think
Always.
it's hard to think of a way that humans could use this, weaponize this in such a way that it would be a real problem. Right?
Absolutely.
So,
I think especially given what you just said, that people put a lot of faith in these technologies,
Yeah.
whether or not they
it's
actually
much better than humans.
do the things that they're supposed to do.
Yeah, I
Well,
understand.
there's a cheery opening to the show.
Well,
We're
I'm just
doomed,
saying,
everybody.
No. You're the one who said we're doomed. I'm the one who said, let's get together, guys, and figure it out. Let's go to the Chinese and the Russians and the Indians and the Koreans, and let's say, this is perhaps a risk we should all be worried about. The reason we can agree not to use chemical weapons, and admittedly, there are governments using chemical weapons. Bashar uses chemical weapons against the.
I think what you're talking about is not. Let's cast it a different way here slightly. That no autonomous weapons systems. That even a drone is controlled by a human who ultimately is responsible. A robot is. I think you're looking for autonomous. No. What was that?
This is a U.S. Phalanx CIWS aiming at a passenger airplane. This is an autonomous gun aiming at a passenger airplane. Yeah, and the sailor who's not in control of this is is thinking it's funny.
I love that it sounds like when your cat jumps on the wrong table, you know?
Oh,
He's got a very cavalier approach.
There we go. Those robots with guns.
No.
Tech Break is brought to you by our friends at IT Pro TV, now called ACI Learning. From CompTIA, Cisco, and Microsoft to security and cloud fundamentals, your team can master it all with IT Pro from ACI Learning. TWiT listeners can receive up to 65% off an IT Pro Enterprise Solution Plan. Based on your team's size, you'll receive a properly quoted discount tailored to your needs. Visit go.acilearning.com/twit today.